Hey everybody, welcome to the Tuesday Night Live. Started a little late, but it's all good. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. We got Wesley here. We got LED Grower hanging out.
Yeah.
I got a big old joint that I'm gonna smoke with you guys.
It's a bat.
Oh yeah.
Ridiculous looking. I'll settle down for a quick bong rip.
Yeah.
Get a grinder.
Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday so far. How's everybody in the chat doing? What are you guys smoking on today? Hey Dab, hope you're doing well. Hey Zem. Hey Zem, if you want, I threw up 2 new courses, by the way. I have my thing across the bottom too, so anybody else is interested. What's up, Levels? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good time in Vegas. Cheers, thanks, Chad. But yes, I threw up two more of my free classes on my online. It might be the last 2 times it's free. I'm not sure. I just want to get I want to make sure I know how to teach things properly before. So it's helping me out by doing them too. So if you guys doing a couple more of those. Yeah, no, I hear you, brother. That's why I'm just saying I threw up two more one for January to February and one from March to early April, I believe.
What kind of classes you teach?
I start off with kind of where to grow, equipment, kind of styles and stuff like that. And then it goes into the 9 parameters of growth. Then I go into propagation, veg, flower, and harvest. And then post-harvest, how to dry. And that's one on my website, yes.
Is this on the same channel? Is this on your same channel here?
We do it through StreamYard, so there's a limited seating for it, but you can just sign up for it for free on the website. I will directly send the link to the course to anybody. If all of a sudden Wix wants to all of a sudden try to like ask you to sign up for something, don't do it. I don't know why it's been asking some people. I heard some people say that it's been asking them. So no, I will send you a link to the thing because it's only on Friday nights between 6 and 7 p.m. on Pacific time.
Okay, that's cool.
And yeah, my website, I just have going across the bottom. It's just massgreenspace.com.
Well, it's good. I mean, you and Maine, y'all been giving back to the community a great deal, man. So I mean, I guess, and your gardens show your effort and what you learned in school, and you apply it to your gardens. Don't really have too many problems. So with you being able to teach, you know what I mean? I mean, that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. You give it back to the community like that. Being able to help other growers come along and be able to harvest sooner and actually get good yields and good quality in their garden. So I think that's a good thing.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's what it's all about, just helping people out and getting them going. I love seeing it. I love seeing people getting bigger yields or better yields. It's awesome to see that in people's gardens. And just see them how excited they get.
Yeah. But you know, it's certain channels, man, just got away from really helping the community. You know what I mean? I guess, I don't know, certain people don't want you on the platforms giving the right information. They feel like you're stepping on their toes. But if you're gonna help a grower, you got to be honest with them and let them know what they failures. You can't tell them if their gardens and their plants are not looking good. Don't give them that edge of thinking that they're doing good when they're not really not doing good. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of platforms out there like that right now, and I don't know, man. This community done got so widespread on just.
That was a truth bomb right there.
That's why I kind of been keeping to my own kind of lives and my own stuff, and just trying to help out people when they need it. And just you give out the right information, and if the garden's not looking good, man, you're gonna tell a person even if they get upset or get mad. You just got to be honest and let them know you're making a mistake. I can help you if you're willing to listen.
But I'm not finna tell you a lie and tell you got a good looking garden or your plants are looking good when I know that they're not. So I'm not gonna give you that uplifting spirit thinking that you're doing good when you're really not.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm also not going to turn around and say that it looks like shit and stuff like that too, right? So that's what's also
Well, you
the benefit.
you never really have. You just give information. Well, maybe you might need to change this or how.
No, that's what I mean, right?
Questions.
It better be constructive and kind of
you
build
ask
people
questions.
up.
Yeah, you ask questions about what they're doing in their gardens. You don't. I never heard you say one time since I've been on your show or any other show with you that you tell a person that their gardens look like shit. You ask questions about what they're doing in their gardens, how's the light or what you feed in, how you watering, and then you give your input, you give your opinion on what you would do in your gardens or what you would do to try to correct the issue.
Yep.
So
and a question allows you to figure out where they are, what they've
that's
done.
That's
It
what the
might be their
question
first time touching a plant ever, and you're bashing on them like that's not going to help anything.
Nah.
Like it's easy to pick apart anything, anyone, any situation if you really want. Hey Matt, when I get my new garden, I would definitely like some assistance with setting up the environment.
Yep.
Like airflow, like having nice circular motion in the room without like fans beating on a spot and drying things off. Like
you have your and you're doing your whole room, right? Like you did before?
Yeah, it'll be a little different, probably a little bigger.
On because I know you watch it, because I remember you said made a comment one time on Grown Exposed. They actually on one of the episodes they had a destratification fan,
the ceiling fan, right?
That sucks up and blows out. And you can also hook up, and you notice that there was the way that it was set. You can hook up tubing to it, so you can actually get underneath a canopy too. Instead of just sucking from the top, you can kind of pull it from under your canopy and suck it and blow it, which was
and I've seen a lot of those same fans after that episode. After like my eye was keen to seeing it, I saw a bunch of commercial spaces and was like, oh, okay, that's they have a bunch of them like down the line. And I'm thinking like inline fans on the walls as well to like create a good vortex around the room. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's good to do that. I like to, like, for example, my main 4x8. I have two. I got an intake across the bottom. I have an open-ended. It's an S. I think it's an S4. So it's just like the one so it's just the AC Infinity 4 with the speed, not the whole controller. I got one of those on the ground as well, just open-ended so it blows around. So I'm making basically a rotating circle on the floor. Exactly. And then on top, I got oscillating on either side. And then blowing and then sucking out. And then blowing in actually from another tent through a filter.
Yeah, that was always the issue when I started using the mini split, is that I didn't have my air in on the bottom and my air out on the top crisscrossed anymore. So I lost that whole bottom flow, and then I started putting box fans and oscillating fans, but then I was drying my soil out, and just they were like, there was more leaves moving than air moving around. Yeah, and so the plants just were never happy. So I'm going to take a lot more consideration into airflow and getting that right, and like wasting a few $100 on some inline fans to be able to get that airflow moving good.
What up?
Yo! Nice and full, buddy.
Yeah, it's looking better. So I don't remember if you remember last time I was up, they were real yellow.
Yes.
They're better, but it was 70 degrees in here, and I guess it was just too cold. I bumped it up to 80 and 70% humidity, and they've just been going crazy and stretching there in like day 8 of flower. So
With
I'm really
LEDs,
excited.
right? LEDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got
70s.
800 watts.
Yeah, 70s is not gonna do it.
Yeah, they're liking it.
I think temp and like pH, like people always talk about pH, but really, like temperature is equally as important because the same thing's gonna happen as pH. You're just going to lock things out and things aren't going to be moving around. The stimulated calcium is going to stay immobile and heavy.
Yeah, I'm noticing that with my plant
Yeah.
right now because the winter's hitting my garden pretty hard. I wish I had more circuits available.
Like 88 degrees with LEDs Fahrenheit, like the plants would freaking love it. But 88 degrees in the end of flower, like, or mid flower, is like kind of a no-no. So that it always was messing with me. Like next time I'm putting in a 600 double end on a mover to try to move it to have full spectrum old HPS with LEDs, so you get the leaf surface temp to go up without having to run your room past like 78.
Yeah. So, you ever hear of Todd McCormick?
Oh yeah, dude. AG Ag Seed Co. Authentic Genetics.
Yeah. So they've got a buy 2 10-packs, get one. So I got the Skunk #1, the Northern Lights #5, and the Original Haze. So I'm
Dude,
super
you should've
excited
got
because I've listened to them on the
pure indica though. That's the one you really want.
Purist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want the sativa now. Yeah. No,
Yeah, I mean, dude,
so
classic. NL Hayes is, I mean,
it's gonna have.
again.
I was gonna have my mom call the dude up, but I'd like to get the Purist, and then he's got the OG Kush, and then I'd like the they had the Trainwreck also crossed with Northern Lights #5. I'd like to maybe get that.
So the NL5 Haze, you'll find the pure indica in there because it's an Afghan, it's a broadleaf mixed with a haze. So you're gonna get, you'll see it exactly. You know, you'll be like, yep, that's my equatorial, and that's my
what it said.
Haze.
Yeah, well, that's what it said in the about the seeds. It said that the Purest Haze is Northern Lights #1, and Northern Lights #11 is the Purest. What did they call it? The Purest Kush? I'm not sure, but that one's the Northern Lights #1. That's the Purest. Yeah,
Right,
that one's Northern Lights #1. And #11 is the sativa equatorial.
Right, the higher the number.
So 5 is like in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So from pure is before 1, and that's most Afghan. And then as you go up, you go Afghan to hybrid to full sativa as you get higher in the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fire. I mean, he's the guy who got handed the original NL5. Like everybody thinks the NL5 is gone. He's got it, and he's got some really amazing stories of like.
Oh yeah, he was just on First Smoke.
Yeah. Well, he did the Future Cannabis Project too, like a few years ago.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, it was the podcast. Was it the podcast? I can't remember. I listened to too many things.
No, he's an excellent storyteller. I've just got drawn into stories, and I got stoned and forgot to look that day for seeds, and I just remembered the day, and I went on and I ordered them. I was like, shit, that's a good deal.
Hey,
if it's the real deal, they're priced affordable.
40% off, 20% off. But I have a recommendation I want you to grow is the Rebel Grown. You should check out Rebel Grown. He makes the double OG sour that's like 5-time Emerald Cup winner. F5 or F4s. He's got all sorts of stuff, but he puts in the work, the selection, the outdoor. He runs full term. He's in Vermont right now, and he gets away with full term. I had some of his outdoor flower that was 14 months old, an ounce of his Rebel cookies, and dude, it was like back in the day. It was like smoking Humboldt weed in a joint.
That's what I'm looking for, man.
The high was phenomenal. The flavor, it was like back in the day. I was like, oh my god, I haven't. And he talks about like strong plants with no mold, like finishing time, true selection for flavor, and leaf to brax ratio, so you're not trimming it all day. Structure, so the plants hold themselves up, and they don't need a bunch of pruning. Like he's the real deal, Dan from Rebel Grown.
Yeah, they're closer to the original source plant.
Yeah. Or anybody who's got some outdoor. Check them out.
That Pure Haze says it's 16-week flower.
Nice.
So I was just gonna I was gonna take clones of all the females, open pollinate each different one, and then just run the clones when I'm done with the seeds. That way I have the seeds, because I've been looking for skunk number 1 for years, man. And now to get this is such a sweet opportunity.
Just remember, it's not too skunky.
Well, cheese comes from skunk number 1, so it's gonna have some phenotypes of some nasty shit. And then I figure if I open pollinate it, that'll give me thousands of seeds to hunt through.
Well, skunk number 1 isn't known for being a roadkill skunk term. It's more of a sweet term. I mean, Matt just grew it. He can tell you all about it.
Well, I know. So they got the sweet terp one. He also has that skunk number 1. So he's got that one bred out. But so this one will have more cheese, funk, kind of. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm not quite looking for the roadkill. Roadkill would be nice, but I just want that nice skunky weed. When you're driving by and you're like, yeah, there's a skunk. Maybe not roadkill skunk, but live skunk.
Yeah, skunk cabbage has that same exact thiol in it. Like you go cut down some skunk cabbage, it reeks like herb. I mean, it's the exact, like plant for plant. It's probably the same molecule.
Oh yeah. Well, he was talking, that guy Todd McCormick. He was talking about the thiols and stuff, and he said that purist had kind of a dog shit smell when it was first harvested, but the thiols get dried out or something, and after it gets dried out, it gets more of a OG Kush smell.
Yeah, I mean the thiols, they don't last long. They're really volatile because they're sulfur based, so they're really light compounds. But yeah, once those nasty ones go away, there's really mouth coat, like explosively loud fragrance left. Sword high.
Looking nice, dude. Nice work.
This one went into flower yesterday.
Nice. That's awesome.
This one got overwatered yesterday. But everything else is looking good. Peppers, rosemary, and the purple ghost candy.
Oh, nice work. Yeah.
Next one is the papaya fire. This is Alien Treats from Robin Hood. This one is the Blue Sunset Sherbet. It's time for the next trellis.
It's getting big.
This one's day 10-ish. Looking all right.
Yeah, she's looking healthy too. Nice. And that's the 3x4.
Yeah, this is the 4x4.
Yeah. Nice. That is a big plant.
Which plant is that?
3x3 that hasn't showed up yet. So this is Blue Sunset Sherbert from Barney's Farm.
Nice.
It looks like it's doing okay.
Oh, full. Real nice.
A little bit of kelp water going for it. What's that, sir?
Do you like that tent with the zipper down the middle?
Yeah. Well, I like them not for the zipper down the middle, but for how tall they are.
Oh, okay.
They're 8 feet tall, so.
Somebody's asking, how long did you veg it before you flipped it?
This one?
Yeah.
Well, you see, could be what? This one was planted whenever I harvested Dead Unicorn. I think that was the one that was harvested. No, Krabby Kush. When I harvested Krabby, I planted this one.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah, you don't really count. You don't really count until you hit flower.
No, I don't really pay attention to that. I know it's weird.
Though, right?
Everybody's got their own style, right? Mine is I don't write anything down anymore.
I hear you.
I was looking for my book the other day and I was like, what day did I plant this on? Oh, what day did I do this? And I realized I hadn't written anything down since the Cannabis Cup there. When you were here, Matt, was the last time I wrote something down.
Yeah, man. That's so really.
Yeah.
That was when
It's
you
not
took
that,
the clones.
not that I think it's a bad thing to write stuff down or anything. It's just I kind of just stopped doing it. Plants are ready when they're ready. I monitor how many days they're in flower, but veg I don't really even pay attention to. It takes what it takes. Like I could have made this one bigger, got it to fill it out completely, but it's good enough. It'll probably get us over 300 grams for sure.
Oh yeah.
And who knows, this one's not really stretching or stacking too much. Not a whole lot going on for day 10-ish.
She might want to go along.
But I got room if it's size to stretch. Got another 1.5 foot that I can go up. But I'm going to jump down, let someone else up. We're off to go dancing tonight, so.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Sounds like you guys are going to have some fun.
The tango.
Oh, nice.
The forbidden dance. That's what's on the menu tonight. Got her. Don't water the back one there, babe. It's wet enough.
No, I am watering. Just watering.
Okay. So it happens when two people water. Sometimes some get overwatered. It's usually me.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I know the Black Amnesia is actually, now that you're up, it's doing all right. It's just a little bit cold where it is, and I just got the other tent online beside it in the last couple of days, so it should be all right soon.
I don't think it's seen a temperature under 83, 84 one in my tent. So.
Oh, it's getting tested over here.
It's okay. We'll get to see what happens in different conditions, right? That's the whole.
Exactly.
Whole plan.
Yeah, because it's right beside the door where it's like the least amount of insulation. Everything else is still packed in there. I'll get you bigger again. Nice. She's looking good, dude.
Everything looks healthy enough. It's a brand new soil we're trying with this run. But I'll jump down, let someone else pop up, and we're off to hit the dance floor.
Nice, man. Thank you for sharing.
Remember, guys, go outside and do stuff. Don't just sit on the couch.
Right.
The important part of being a pothead is being a pothead outdoors.
That's true.
Or sweeping the chimney high.
Right.
Catch you guys later.
Have a good night, man.
The worst part about that is getting off the ladder, off the roof. That's the scary part.
Yeah, doing that first step.
A lot of trust right there.
You get
did
down
that
to the little
yesterday.
ladder. You get down to the ladder to get onto it, and you're like trying to think about how to like mount the ladder in the worst way possible that you've never normally done before, just because you're stoned. You're like, why do you do it that way? I've been in that situation. Or like, why did I try to get onto it backwards for some fucked up reason?
I used to build cell phone towers, and we did this 3G site one night, and we did all the work. So all we had to do is go take pictures the next morning.
Yeah.
And I get up to the top of the tower, and I'm only like 150 feet, but I'm doing everything backwards and opposite and weird, and I'm scared, and I'm just like, what's going on? I look up, there's a giant AM tower just blasting me with radio waves, and I was tasting metal. And when I saw that, man, I hurried up, took my pictures, and got off of there. But by the time I got done, I could hardly even make my words come out. Like, it was fucked up.
That's not good.
I think that's why I haven't had kids yet. I think I fried the guys. The boys got a little hit once or twice.
That'd be a fair chunk of radiation, wouldn't it?
Oh, man, that tasted metal times up there. Yeah. I don't do that job for a reason. It was not worth the pain.
No, I hear you. So, when do you normally, because you have some pretty big plants outside, so when are you planning to do that? Like, when do you normally start doing that?
I start with the spring equinox, so I love to have them fucking the whites just coming out on like the 22nd of March, and usually that's on the building up of the full moon. And I mean, some people might not say that doesn't do anything, but man, I've seen some awesome growth when you're not on the full moon, but when it's going up to a full moon. So like a half moon going up to a full moon, that's the best time, and it like pulls the seed up. So that's when I start the outdoor, but I'd put those straight into like 2-gallon or 3-gallon pots, whatever I'm going to transplant.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to get as much roots as possible. And then that's why I get those fabric pots also, is so that it's kind of root pruned, so they kind of just Christmas tree into their soil when I put them in there, versus being root bound. I've had them where they were root bound before, where at the end of the grow, I could almost just pull them out and they were still the shape of a 1-gallon pot. So I don't use that anymore. That was years ago, though.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about using the air pot for it?
Oh yeah, no, I've ran those. I went from a 1-gallon vegging in a month, and then I went to 3-gallon. Those air pots, you have.
Yeah.
I didn't like them. I couldn't. They was hard to water. Like
No,
if I
but
was
I
running
meant for
cocoa
the
in them,
transplanting purpose.
I could do it.
Because
Oh yeah,
they're-
no, I have. I've they're nice. They are the best ones for transplanting. I do say that.
Yeah, because that's why the Dutch came up with them for transplanting trees. So there's like massive tree fields that they used to use them for over there. If you go to AirPods, like the official AirPod, I'm using knockoffs. Everybody uses the knockoffs because no one wants to spend the $50 a pot or whatever it costs for the actual ones. They're so overpriced. Like,
Oh yeah.
The official ones
Oh,
that
great.
from the yeah, absolutely. But that if you go to their website, you'll notice that that's what they started for, was for the actual transplant itself, because it has almost no shock to it.
Yeah, those were the ones I bought. I bought the original ones back
But you
in
bought the expensive. You bought the official ones from AirPod.
2014. Well, this was back in like 2014, I'm thinking.
Because I bought the Super Roots that were still the
2015.
knockoffs, but they're all right.
Mine were called Super. I thought they were called Super Pots or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I got
Super
set.
Smart Pots. Smart Pots.
Oh.
Smart Pot.
Hello,
brand, maybe.
everyone.
I'm not sure.
How you doing, Julian?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, can I jump up and show everyone? I don't want to be in here too long if that's all right. I just want to come on.
Of course,
close,
dude.
you know how it goes.
I said you're always welcome. Come and show what you got,
Well, I'm
man.
definitely here. Hey, it's been a long time, Matt. It's been like, what, a month at least? Because last time I came up, I was like into flower, and I was quite proud of it. Since then, I've had issues. I've been vegging. I had a Godzilla. I'm sure I showed that to the show a while back. Last time I showed you, it was an Immortal that finished up. Now I had a Godzilla Auto, like Godzilla Cookies Auto that I was growing. I got a seed out of it because I spent heaps of money to get seeds. Only one of the 8 took, and I grew it, and I managed to find a seed in it, and now I've germinated and it's been going. It's like 70 days in veg as an auto flower already. The last one went into flower on day 46. So, and I thought that was long, and I got 7 ounces of that Godzilla. This one here is like day 72 now, and it's already twice the size as the last one was when it went in flower. So I'm going to show you. That's the first thing I'll show you, and then that's the big plant. And then next to that is also one of my testers from Yield Source. It's a Retalk from Zavalanche. And then I've got all my seedlings down below it. So I'll just enlarge the screen so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah.
Pure.
Hey, how's it going, man? Alright, Julian, I'll get you a little bigger here.
Yeah, thanks. Make me the center.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think? See the date?
Yeah, you're doing good. You got some good training on it.
Yeah,
He's looking healthy.
I've incorporated all my training techniques,
Yeah.
and I only just snapped off the main.
Yeah, I see.
Accidentally, and I'm cloning it.
Okay.
So hopefully that fixes itself and takes. But it wasn't one of them fabric pots, the 5-gallon fabric pots, like the one in the back you see. It was in one of them.
Yeah.
And a week ago, I transferred it into this thing. I put holes on the bottom and transferred it in there because, like I said, I was worried it was going to get root bound from getting so big in a small pot. Like that 5-gallon, it filled it up.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea to give it a little more space with whatever you have available, man. It's making it work. That nice training, dude. I like the symmetrical scrog that you got going on with that. Just with it, not really a scrog, it's just a LST.
Yeah, LST all the way. And
That's
once it like it hasn't gone into flower, so I'm thinking it might have reverted back into a fast flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it into my flower tent. That's my flower tent. I'm going to stick it in there in 2 weeks. I've got stuff in there I'll show you that's at week 6. So another couple weeks and then I'll have it free. And then once it's inside there, I will scrog this out and then flip it myself.
Okay, so you're preparing it to put it into a net. That's why you're keeping this nice fucking job, dude. You're keeping it perfect.
Right.
It already looks like it's been in one. You got it going on, man. Nice work.
Yeah, man, I see great improvements. Great job.
Anyway, It's hard to show you with the laptop, sorry, but yeah, I try. But
I hear you. Nice work.
it's like a rib cage. One big stem, and then it has arms that come off each side, like dunk, dunk. And that's where all them, and I just keep trying to pull them out, and then I put lines on to try and pull bits down. And I only just did this after I transferred it to open it up. I left it growing, and then I would like take leaves off that were on the inside and allow bits to grow, and then I would bend the tops. I'd bend the tops below the new bit that would turn these bits into mains. See, so this is lower than this. That's why this is taking off. If you can see what I mean. This is taking off because of this. Oh, I'll show you here. So I put this one here, below here, and it takes off.
Yep. Yeah.
So I mean, that's how I got all of this looking like this. Pretty good. This is my retop.
Okay, yeah.
That's my retop from Zavalanche. I woke up the other morning and see how the top is bent over. For some reason, I woke up and it was just snapped. It used to be bent underneath that blue wire. That's a blue like pin. I had it bent under that to let the lowers start to try and grow more. And then I woke up in the morning and the thing had popped out of it and snapped itself.
Let's see.
So, yeah, and it's taken off, it's fixed itself, which I'm happy about. Oh, I knocked them. Oh, well. That's this.
Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah, where you're gonna cut one of them.
Okay, what I just showed you was that main stem that broke. On here, the very top main, I was trying to pull it back like these, and it snapped. So I dipped it in Clonex, and wish me luck. This is my first time using straight cocoa. I've always done organic. Organic dirt, and now I'm using straight cocoa. So this is my first time. I did 10 seeds and four so far have popped. So I don't know if you guys can see, I can't see the screen, but yeah, there was 10 and 4 have popped. So there's 2 nanas from Robin Hood, and there's 3 spaz ports. So 3 spaz port.
You still have one that's not. Is that one supposed to be tilted?
No, I knocked it over. I'm dumb, I know.
Oh, no, you're not. I was just letting you know because I just saw it was still like that.
Yeah, no, I know. I was going to clean it up afterwards. Yeah, I've got a unicorn. I know that. That's one of my seeds that I breed, and this was my favorite, the unicorn. Do you remember when I showed you on your channel here, I showed you how my light had dropped and snapped the one plant all the way down the center to the base? Well, that plant ended up being my unicorn. I got 1 seed out of it. 1. And I'm growing it. So I'm hoping it takes. And then I've got a good question. A better question. The goods. The good stuff.
Just on the ones that did sell themselves, just keep an eye on any hermaphrodite tendencies when they start growing.
Of course, yeah. I've had pretty good luck.
I hear you.
The ones so far in here that have popped up, I grabbed the tops and burnt holes in them.
Yep.
But the ones that haven't popped up, I haven't done yet. And like, that's the spaz port.
It's just popped up. It must be like just today or yesterday.
This morning.
Yeah.
I 2 up yesterday, and then 2 today, this morning. The light only just came on about 3 hours ago. It comes on at 12 p.m. for me, and it's just gone 3 p.m. So I'll put you down. This is my setup. All right, I'll give me a minute, and I'll show you my other tin. Okay, I just gotta sort my shit out.
I hear you, dude. Steve,
Yeah. Buttons.
it's looking really good there, man. Your training is huge. Good improvements on those.
And this here, I've only been going since December last year, so I've been going a year under a light now. And I'm in $2,000 in now on products that I brought. And obviously, I had a pound, 7 ounces, 5 ounces, 5 ounces, 3 ounces, 3 ounces, and 2. That's my quota I've gained so far, and it's all gone and smoked me. So medication, you know how it is.
Oh yeah.
And it's only getting better too. Since I got my 450 watt, it's a quantum board, you'll see. Since I got that, my buds have gotten bigger and denser, definitely denser. Because I had this 100 watt and 1,000 watt Best, which is similar size. So originally, and then I got this, and I've had 2 harvests out of this so far.
Nice.
All right, so in here, I have 2 nanas and 1 copycat tropical burst. The nanas are seeds like the nana seeds I popped in there that I just showed you. They are sent to me from Ribby from Green Magic Gardening.
I was gonna ask if that's who the nanners came from because it sounds familiar.
Yeah, he says he got them from Robin Hood Seeds, and that his plant hoomed, and that's how he had like a few hundred. He sent them out to Patreon, so I got some, and that's where I got my Immortal strain, which is really awesome. It's the most powdery, dusty trichome plant I've had yet. Like honestly, people love it just for the fact that when you grind it, you've got a whole second session there sitting in the grinder because it's so frosty, you know.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I'll show you this. This is how my cord reaches. Otherwise, I have to unplug it. So here we are. So, like I said, I've got nanas.
Right, here you go. Go 1 sec, man. There we go.
So, nanas,
Chunky.
tropical burst, nanas. This one here is 4 weeks behind. So this is 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 weeks.
How are you feeding them all exactly the same?
Yeah.
No, this here is getting fed a little more at the moment. These are starting to reduce. I'm giving them they're getting about 600 ppms at the moment, and this is still getting 9, maybe 1100. Yeah, so the nanas by far is the smelliest and best stuff I've had yet.
Oh yeah, that's why I had to ask, because if they were being fed the same, because it's night and day between that plant and the other two.
This one's just way younger, and this one here, before I put it in flower, was dying. I thought it was really not doing good, and I was like, I just transferred it into the aero pot, and I was like, fuck, what do I do with it? And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it in, let it flower, see what it wants to do, and it's doing all right. The buds ain't great, but better than I was gonna cut it. It wasn't doing great. I spent
So most of the damaged goods is from before you flip, basically. It was kind of like as you were flipping.
Well, yeah, I always know you're meant to get them healthy to flip.
Yeah.
This here is the same age as this one. This one, I didn't flip when this one because it wasn't healthy. And then I got sick of waiting. It kept doing the same thing, like phosphorus and potassium or whatever. I can't fix it without... I've already fried my soil trying to fix it. So I was like, I'm just going to flower out. And then that's why now I'm in cocoa. I'm just going to go cocoa and then I might, I'll just go cocoa, yeah. And then I'll leave my dirt for another time. But see, it's already started some sort of senescence, some sort, or unless that's light bleaching, because the light, I had it on 100 at about this height, 18 inches, and then I turned it down to 60 the other day because it just kept getting worse doing this. And I used to run my little humidifier, and I feel like that was causing the humidity too high, which was contributing. But this here is such a yummy plant. Smells like orange peels. It's tropical burst and copycats, and it honestly smells like orange peel. And I've grown quite a bit in here. I grew my pound in here. Nothing's changed except the strain. And these ones here are stickier than the last stuff. So obviously the quality shows in the genetics being copycat and Robin Hood seeds, because the ones I bred that I did and I got my pound, they were definitely nothing like these. And I've tried so much to control it, but I can't.
What medium are you using? Is that cocoa or is that
organic? And I do Synganic. It's all organic soil with added stuff. And I do Synganic. I do all my newts. I feed it every time a ppm regimen that I choose. And like I said,
it looks more like you've done something to lock those. Is the nanners the same thing, right?
No,
exactly the same.
This one.
Okay, but the one in the back corner that's healthy.
Yeah, not really. No, it's been good the whole way.
And what have you been feeding it?
The same for that.
Exactly the same, hey?
That's what. But guess this. In the beginning, I was having troubles with everything except the copycat. And I was like, that proves that it's top-notch genetics, because everything else was showing symptoms of whatever I was having. Remember, I spoke to you guys about my issues with my soil. This is when these were baby sprouts then. And yet, somehow, this divides better younger, and now it's struggling older, but this did worse younger, and it's doing better older. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like you're on the edge of lockout on that plant. That's why that's what I'm wondering.
That's why I've been constantly feeding at 6.2. I was doing 6.5, and I did the runoff test, and it came back at 7. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll do. But that's soil, so it's meant to be. But I don't, like I said, I think it was a humidity issue, because it's cleared up now.
If it's soil, that's going to be more of a Wesley thing, and I think he's just finishing up what he's doing. So,
Am I?
Anyways, how's that, guys? Hey, it's been a while since I've been out to show.
When it comes to soil.
And actually, Moonwater, both these guys right here, and Moonwater does exactly this. You do the organics with a little extra synthetic on top.
Oh yeah, but I used to do full organics for years.
Yeah, I did. You got those two guys.
But I would never feed them.
This one here is just not as healthy as you'd think. I'm trying to block the light. Can I? Whoop, no, this way. Yeah. Nope.
There you go.
That's like on the edge of lockout, do you believe?
That's what you think by the color?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I just had to be more careful because that's why I'm going cocoa, because I've been doing soil and I've been struggling with maintaining.
Let him see the other plants though too, and just explain that you do feed these plants all exactly the back to the same.
The back, the older one.
Because Wes was doing something, just like he's here now. Do you want to go show those two plants again?
Yeah, I'll show them, mate.
Oh, I see. Sorry. I see. You had to move your laptop.
It's okay. Do you want me to show like that again?
So he says, I'm sorry, I do kind of see the back one starting to get it too, actually.
Do you want me to bring it closer? Wait, is this Wesley? I'm not reading it, so.
Yeah, it's usually like with soil when you're adding liquid fertilizer to it. It's already balanced from the factory to perform as soil, and then when you're throwing.
Not my soil. I made my soil. I made it with 70% cocoa and 30% perlite, and then I added compost, worm castings. I've added things like packets of stuff to feed the dirt. Like I had a PK boosting one, and then I had this other stuff.
You're not off to a good start.
Here, I just added this recently, and this here has fixed everything with my autos. I don't have problems with my autos over the photo periods.
Yeah, it's just like without a proper recipe, guessing. There's so many trace elements and major and minor elements that need to be there and all function at a certain pH. Like when you mix soil, there's also pH involved. You have the carbon, you've got some NPK, but there's so much more that goes on with organic chemistry that you did that, and then now if you're throwing liquid on it, it's like just all over the place. It's like there's no neutral area to start a baseline to. Like that's why, dude, I've been trying mixing my own soil for so long, and we had success with like some add-ons, but we always started with like a 707, a Roots Organic, or everyone's into the Fox Farm now, which you could probably get away with just adding like more like shrimp meal and crab meal and oyster shell, and a little bit of N. Like things that you're going to run out of, but I don't go in excess because then you start throwing everything off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've tried to mix my own soil, and I ran into the same thing. It's just so hard.
What you're saying is what I think I did. Remember last time I was on the show and you said about getting a test? I'm pretty sure I threw my whack out and lost track of everything. Because since then I've been trying to do chase up. Like catch up. I did nothing, and then I started getting into deficiencies. So then I brought CalMag and silica as an additive for Synganic to add to keep, and this is how I've gotten through. Just adding that because I've let it run out. In that bag I showed you, I decided it was a slow release. I just threw that in when I transplanted them for flower, and so far it's gotten bananas through, but something's locked out my tropical bird.
Yeah,
buy?
And genetics definitely. I mean, genetics like there are places where people have cultivated varieties, which we call landrace, in sandy environments, in mineral depleted soil. Like OG Kush, it does not like food. It's from high up in the mountains, high altitude, Afghanistan. It's rock, it's rugged, it's sand, they don't have the whole mineral pack. So some genetics thrive in what you give them, and that's pretty much like where you select for your environment and your grow conditions, and what makes it in your garden is pretty much what you want to grow with your regimen. And so that's like selecting. That's what selection's all about when it comes down to it. And you're seeing it, you're talking about it. So now you just need to choose those genetics and run with them. The other guys aren't doing it. So instead of like tackling the whole problem with your soil, if you have some that are performing, rock those, and then rock those in a better soil, and then see, watch them go crazy.
Well, that's why I'm just going straight cocoa now, because once these finish out, I've got all my other soil put away here. I'll put the soil with the rest. I'm going to run cocoa. And then once I run through that, my stuff's sat for a while, then I'm going to mix all the cocoa in with all that soil and then try using it as a Synganic again. That's what I was thinking.
Just a quick question. I think I've already asked you maybe in the past. What type of silica did you add? are you adding?
Originally, diatomaceous earth.
Yeah, but what now? Is it potassium silicate?
Is that
Yeah. So when you add that to your water, you got to be very careful. That's going to jack your pH all the way up.
Yeah, and I do pH tests, but
Okay.
probably like this, and my CalMag.
Yeah, the potassium silicate is going to jack it up.
CalMag. Do you think this would cause lockout? Because I think I may have gone too heavy on this.
I don't know how that reacts with an organic soil. Though.
Hydro, cocoa, and soil, so I'm pretty sure I was alright. But I feel like too much of this might have locked it out. That's what my original concern was, because it only started once I started using this.
Okay, then yeah, that could be the cause.
Well, I had issues. All of them had issues, which was quite obvious: potassium and calcium. The lacking. You can see the color.
You know what I would say if it was a calcium problem. I would right away. I would say to add the amino acids. Yes. And yeah, I actually use Stash Blend.
I wish I could get it that easy. I would too. And Mycosis. It's like $40 for like a little jar here. I mean, a little tin. I'm gonna get it, but that's only for transplanting. But like Stash, I really wish I get that. I have an ICANN flower pack that I won from ICANN. Can't get it because it's USA only.
Oh really? Yeah, no, Stash is USA only though. But I got it shipped to me just because there's like 3 people that Pigeons selected to have it sent to, so that were in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm able to
Nice.
play with it and be able to test with it and then get back to people on it. But it actually works really well. It's a good blanket thing. I add it to my raw and it kind of hits all the points. It doesn't hit calcium though. If you need extra calcium, you have to add calcium, but it hits all the other points.
But I also want to try Grow Dots for the same reason. One fix all, Like Stash, that's good as like your cover roll. You add it to your.
It's an additive. It's an additive. You need to have your nutrient line. Either you're organic, or you're just organic soil. Add it to your organic soil. Works great that way. Or if you like I have with the hydroponic line, I add it as an additive before I hand water my the spider farmer plants, because you know how I have the 2 separate tents on the one side. Those both get the Stash Blend, so I'm running Stash Blend in my Spider Farmer series, and the other one I'm not because I don't think it works well with like a dripper system, just because of some of the molecules that are within it, some of the granules of, because I know there's bacteria and what have you. Yeah, it's better for a kind of a water in product, which most people are doing.
Yeah, mate.
Right. Well, I'm only using hydroponics on that one just because I can't be there to do it twice a day, every day.
And Matt, I'm about to get myself some buckets, and I'm going to give that a go. That'll be next year. I'll be relying on you to talk me through it. I haven't seen you do it. Have you done it?
With what?
DWC.
No, not yet. But I should be getting. I want to be trying that pretty quick. Who would be interested in doing that? I might do that on a seed to harvest at some point.
Maybe we get to do it together.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll see how many more of us here in a group want to start it, because I know I'm ready to start this year. I'm going to give it a go. So if anyone wants to pick a date and we can all plan it, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it would work out actually kind of nice because in one of my tents at the flower location, I could run the DWC and then just fill it up from my main reservoir that's feeding the other one. Just kind of how I already feed it. And I don't have to worry about mixing in the morning time because I'm in there before work, so I got like half an hour in the morning time to like feed the plants, vacuum out the thing, and film some stuff in the morning before I head to go pick up windows and go install them for the day. I try to get it done.
Man, busy. No, good one, man. Hey, I'll get going, man. I love you all.
Yeah, have a great time and have a blessed day with you.
Later, brother.
Thanks, guys. And thanks. Hey, I'll be around and chat, and you'll see me on YouTube. But I got stuff to do. Kids home from school. So. I love you all. See you later, man.
Later.
I honestly, Glow, I need to actually start using that app. As somebody who's been with Spider Farmer for 2 years now, I still haven't actually used that app. I need to start doing that. But yeah, I don't know. Have you guys ever run like a cycle that kind of like simulates sunrise and sunset? Or know people that do that? It was just a question.
Do it, but
I have not done it. I've seen it done.
There has been a couple of people. I know there's a few people in this community, Glow, that have done it, but I personally haven't. So I can't.
I've heard of ramping up CO2 and ramping down through the day.
He's just wondering about like the sunrise sunset settings on lights, kind of like how like you can simulate like a morning and a night.
Yeah, AC Infinity just started doing it, I believe.
Yeah.
But yes, Fluence has it as well. Some of the other companies have it as well. HLG. Yeah, man, I think that I heard Kevin, I think Jojery talking about it, and how from what he's seeing, he is seeing a different expression.
Really?
That's favorable. I forget exactly what it was. If it was bud leaning towards more like an outdoor high, for whatever reason that is, because like the sugar content is more even through the plant and not just like zapped on and pushed everywhere. It's like more of like an even like a wake up and then processes start happening. Yeah, we'll have to like look more into it, but I think he was the one that was talking about it.
Now, have they tested to see if there's a difference between doing it in a tent as opposed to like a big room where like a lot of tests are done?
Like a grow tent over like a commercial facility?
Like, 'cause a lot of times, like a lot of these tests, you can do them in a facility and could really simulate it as opposed to like a grow tent. Would there be a difference between that, you think, from what he was saying, or do you think he's talking about? Like, what size area do you think he's talking about when they notice that difference?
I wouldn't think he's talking anything under a 4 or an 8 lighter. Like for him, small is like an 8 or a 12 lighter.
Yeah. So that's like, well, that would be like a 10-foot by 10-foot room, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't think that size would have anything to do with it. If it was light assisted, like sun greenhouse, and I wouldn't think that they wouldn't be able to get away with that in like the winter alone. But they might be able to do it with light depth and then start the morning with the artificial light and then open it up to full sun and then fade it back down and then put them to bed with the lights again. Well, I would think Bruce Bugsby would be one that like has come across that or done the research already.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because he's all about like the control.
They're doing a lot of research over there, and it's been 2 years since I've done that course, so I know there's been a lot of research in the last fucking 2 years.
I think it would help with the terps because it would bring up the light slowly and allow the plant to protect itself versus slamming it hard with the LEDs first thing in the morning right after light. That's gotta fry the terps and stuff.
That might have been what he was talking about.
Have a nice slow upbringing.
That might have been
just
what
my thought on it, though. I don't know. I never heard anything.
I think that was because he's always talking about like he's like, and there were the terps that were screaming at you like out of a jar that would like offensively fill up a room. I believe that was the same talk of like that was the result. That like things were flaring off everything. If not, I'm onto it. I like it.
This Mac 1, I'm getting a nice cure on it and everything. And when I smoke it out of the bong rip, I get this ether fucking exhale.
What does that taste like?
It's weird. Well, when I was a kid, I used to fucking huff ether as a kid with my buddies, and it tastes like that, huffing ether.
Yeah, but what could you compare that taste to? Like, even if it's a smell.
I can explain. It's chemical.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's good. That's a good thing in herb phrase.
Oh yeah, no, I exhaled and it brought that taste back, and it's funny how it brings those memories back. I'm like, oh my god, where do I remember this from? Like,
Right.
oh shit,
Oh,
that's that
number
ether.
one. Sensory. The olfactory is connected to memory.
And
That's
all the
crazy.
brain cells, thank God.
Yeah, well, they lied all those years, so don't worry.
Well, what's nice about the mushrooms is they supposedly build back neurons and stuff.
I mean, we're consistently building neurons. That was such a bogus. You're killing all the brain cells.
I know, right?
That is so. Like, you wouldn't be able to hold your breath under the water and then come back and be smart. Like, if that was the freaking case.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we technically build new brain cells every daylight saving and whatnot because we change our routine up, and that's creating new neurons, which entails changing everything, right? Creating new brain cells,
My neurons do
pathways.
not like that day of the year. Why mess up my sleep schedule? Like, I'm a nomad.
I hate
but
it. I hate it every year.
You're right.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Yeah, no, I could keep with not changing it, but it just is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, let's pick one.
I
Let's
thought
say-
we were not. I thought we decided that's what we were gonna do. I thought
Dude,
everyone
you
was like, okay, let's stop doing it.
Every year they say,
and
"Oh, we're not going to
never
go
went
back."
through or something.
Blah, blah, blah.
Spring's rough because I already wake up at 4:30 in the morning, so it's gonna be like 3:30 in the morning in spring. Fall wasn't so bad.
International law is you need 3 days off paid work. Every single person in the world during the clock change that is affected by it, because like there's a few states in the U.S. that don't. Arizona doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, they don't change. They have them for years.
No, it stays the same.
That would explain a lot of fucking things. What?
They well, they say there's more heart attacks. There's more heart attacks during the time changes. So
Yeah.
that's something to do with your physiologic.
They call it circadian rhythm.
Oh, it just makes
Yeah.
sense because of when Blazin' he's been coming to one of my courses and it was over the time change and he was coming and all of a sudden came at a different time and then it's because he doesn't change.
Oh man, he can.
We
go
figured it
something
out
weird.
right away, but now it makes more sense. Yeah, Blazin', I remember that. I remember when it came to that time and it went off. That one weekend.
Yeah, I guess the Navajo Nation, they go the time change, but not Arizona. Yeah, we're about 13 hours that day
Yeah, you
when
were.
the time was changed. It sucked.
Right, no, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, so when I was up in Alaska, I was up in a place called Talkeetna, and we met another group of guys that were doing work on the tower. They were doing zip lines and we were doing tower work. And this dude pulls out this ball sized nug, gives us a golf ball sized nug off of it. And this stuff was literally 2-hitter quitter. It was I know now a sativa. And it was just like uppity. You just felt amazing. It felt like I just ate like 2 grams of mushrooms and they're starting to kick on. That's how the high was. And
it's trippy.
I don't know.
Trippy, man.
Yeah. So, well, that's what I was hoping that Northern Lights number 5 was going to be, because I was thinking, Northern Lights when I was up in Alaska was pretty heavy, but a lot of it was indica.
Yeah, but that was probably a 5
and
haze.
that might have been. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what this is.
If it was NL, it was NL 5 haze.
Yeah, that's what the Tom McCormick seeds are that I just got is the haze.
The broadleaves are not going to give you that high. The equatorial leaves are going to be the ones that give you that.
Well,
15 weeks, dude. It's going to be.
I was hoping that I would get one.
I was just gonna say, how are you feeding?
And then
for this person's question, depending on how you're feeding organically, go a little bigger. Feeding hydroponically, you can go a little smaller and just feed a little more often. But that would be your best options. So, how are you feeding?
Yep.
But so then I got that haze, which is a Colombian haze. I'm hoping that'll be round 2.
That's where haze originated from. When people say the taste of haze, it's from Colombia and like Acapulco and Panama, like that whole little region right there. That's haze. Not Thai, not African, not Mexican, Colombian.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a 16-week flower, 11 to 16 weeks. I'll do that
never take it 11, or at least take the shorter ones 11. But yeah, go all the way.
Oh yeah, no, I want to go all the way. I want that psychedelic high. I want to take clones of it, and I want to just run that on my indoor, because I can grow all the hybrid indicas outdoor that I want. But those, I want it. That's what I want indoor. I finally figured out what I'm gonna do indoor. I almost bought some new lights yesterday on sale, half off on Amazon.
12 weeks. That's pretty short for a haze. I mean, the original old timers purple haze from Ace Seeds is 28-week flower. Okay, that's the shit that'll put your face in the dirt. You can't even buy the seeds; they're so strong after. That's why it's
Colombia, because they can just prefer weeks on end for 24, 365.
Yeah, it just stays in flower. They go all the way through to the next season.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. It made my week. It's like fuck yeah. I watched that podcast Stroke of the Day. And I was like, this guy's got the real shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Todd McCormick is the real deal. I mean, he used to go to the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah,
and if you don't know the history of was started by Hugh Hefner. He gave Anonymous money, and they would throw the parties there. And, like, he had a huge connection with Hollywood. Yeah, no, he. Oh yeah, I got one of those. Anybody NL5,
Joe Rogan.
You just had a problem for your nose.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Is that NL5 haze?
You'll find it. It's in there.
Well, what I'm going to do is pollinate everything that comes in that pack, and then pheno hunt those for a keeper.
Well, that's how I feel about
and keep the keepers.
I don't even want to pop them because I want to make more. I want to F2 them all.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do this summer. Because usually I don't grow in the summer, so I can get. I told my mom, "Damn it, I got to get another tent."
What
for a
up?
veg
What
tent.
up?
Hey man, how you doing over
What
there?
up?
Hey, how's it going?
What up, the gang?
What up? What up, Moon? Wesley, Matt, how y'all doing, man? I can't see chat right now. Let's see.
That's all good, dude.
Julian, everybody. Like,
Is it warmer there?
is it warm?
Warmer than Louisiana?
Yes.
It's drier, I'll tell you that.
I think it drops at nighttime,
Yeah,
doesn't
it is. Yeah, I've got like 35% in my house now.
I don't know what you can see. There's MGM. There's New York, New York. Statue of Liberty.
Yo, watch out. There'll be a shooting out of the Mandalay Bay. A fake one.
But there's a roller coaster right there. You see it? Here it comes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see it. Maybe not.
Fuck yeah.
I hear it.
Vegas.
Everything I'm talking about.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
Oh shit.
when is the doors open? Is it tomorrow when it
Fucking
starts?
Catalina wine mixer.
Nice.
Yep, they got some kind of
charge you like $25.
Hannah party, after party thing going on tonight. It's Little Caesar. We already
Nice.
got tickets to that, so we're going to check that out.
That's
This
awesome.
time tomorrow, yeah. We went and got our tickets today.
That's awesome, dude. That's yeah. So yeah, you're doing that little event then, of course. Yeah, you got it.
Hell yeah, I got my business card, my slabs.
Yeah, man.
I got a hoodie.
You got a hoodie with your emblem on it.
Hey,
I didn't
while you
want
down there,
in the casino or anything, so I'm gonna wear that for the convention. But yeah, it's dope.
Levels, you got to make it down to GLP. You got to get some flour from Green Life Productions while you're on the strip.
JAG just said, how many hoodies you got?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
You got like
only got 2 on, man.
Did you hear what Wes said to go to?
Oh, what'd you say, Wes?
You got to find some Green Life Production flour.
Green Light Production.
Life, yeah, Green Life, like Herb Life, Green Life Production.
Green Light.
They're 40 cycles in no-till in the same soil from when they started the facility.
Where is that, like a company or?
Yeah, it's a living soil, no-till, indoor, Nevada soil grown, and they're 40 cycles in. They're in their 40th cycle in the same soil right now. In a commercial, like regulated, highly tested, really competitive market out there. So, I don't know anybody who's had it personally, so if you get it, I want firsthand story. I've heard good things.
There's a lot of good things that I think to go check out. That'd be definitely one of them down there.
Yeah, the dude who runs the facility, the owner was an MMA fighter, and that's where they got the money. They're self-funded, no banks, no partners. Him and his wife, and they're killing it. And you know, some like 2 or 3 other people in the facility.
Yeah.
Levels. Levels.
My bad, Matt. What did you say?
Guess what I bought? Guess what I got today? Guess what was purchased today?
What'd you get?
But they got the freeze dryer purchased. It will still take 10 weeks to get to me, but the freeze dryer is on its way.
10 weeks? What?
Oh, I have to go through customs and shit.
Sending my
But
stuff
yeah.
to you, Matt?
Oh
You
my
want free from my
God.
shit?
He said he's sending you the flour so you can freeze dry it. Yeah.
It'd be hard to get across the border.
No, you can run with the backpacks through that field like in the movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Like big cannabis.
You just got to be fast.
Dude, that was
Low.
Yeah, I got the small. That's all I need is the small. It's the smaller 4-tray one.
Hey, what's this I'm hearing about Canada gonna be the 51st state?
No. It's
I swear I read that on the news.
It's because that's what Trump told Trudeau. Trudeau doesn't like the tariffs.
Ah, so there was some stuff.
You got to know the legacy news makes up lies to entice you.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck's going on right now? I know they had postage issues, but damn.
He is now a world dictator.
Yeah, they shut their
Canada, this is what you're doing now.
Matt, y'all got mail still?
No, it's still yeah. It's still stuck on the post right now.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't imagine.
They're doing it intentionally this time of year because they know that everybody wants to send shit, right?
Right.
And they're demanding 11% a wage increase from the government.
They know when to look, they know where to look.
Yeah, so they do a strike right in the middle of holiday season. I have like I said, I got 12 things I have to send away right now. I'm waiting to send away. They're all small packages, right? But and it's within Canada, but still, I gotta wait. But at least everybody is pretty. No, you kind of know what's going on. But that sounds. But how big is the event? Like, gonna be?
The event, shit, there's like fucking 30,000 reps or 30,000 people.
Pretty big.
That's awesome.
Huge.
Yeah, the one in Vegas is like the biggest one.
Is that the biggest one in North America?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I heard. It was the biggest one in North America.
They'll be there. Green Life will definitely be there for sure. 100%.
Still got the single layer on. Single layer on.
Look, I'm not like you. I'm not gonna wear 5 hoodies and 4 different pairs of pants.
I know I'm not gonna be cold.
It's not that cold.
I know. That's because I'm prepared for it. Hey, I will say though, man, I'm ashy out here. On my elbows, lips are fucking out.
Dry.
There's no fucking humidity in there around here, man. These people crazy. Fucking desert. Literally, desert.
Is that your first time being there?
Oh, it's different. It's hell yeah, it's different. My skin's all dried out and shit from being out here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hell
I've only ever been there once. It was how many years ago? It must have been like 2009, 2010. It's been a long ass time. But I remember that how dry it is, and then I also remember the wind and getting feeling like you're getting sandblasted in the face because then it whips up off of the.
yeah. No, looking forward to that at all.
They probably have a lot more structures built and infrastructure since then.
Since then, it's been a little wet, and it changes there pretty fucking fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. Like when you look at the history of that city, it like was not there, and it was just rich people like brought in water and built this crazy thing, and it's just this thing that people come to. It's freaking in the middle of nowhere. There's no water. There's no. But if you build it, they will come.
All right, man. My bad, brother. We're about to walk down the strip.
No, you're all good, dude. It's awesome to say hey. I did say hey to you when you're in chat. I don't know if you heard me when I said it, though, when I first saw you.
Yeah, I did. I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's nice to...
Sorry if I'm missing anybody, too.
Yeah, man.
Cheers, everybody in chat. Hope y'all
Hope you and Ames have a good time. Say hey to Ames for me. I saw him there. Hey.
Oh,
How's it going, man?
Wesley, have a blessed night, man. Growers up.
Cheers, bud.
Growers. See y'all on Thursday. I don't know when, where, or how, but look forward to Thursday. We're going to oh my God. We're going to make it happen. All right, y'all. Matt, have a good show, brother.
Cheers, brother. Cheers, Bubba. Hope you're having a good day.
Jeez, man, that was a ridiculous joint earlier.
Yeah, where is it? Which one is it?
The Super King.
No, it's the... Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Emperator. It'll pillage your throat.
That's why I kind of like coughed, because it was so rough throwing that very last couple puffs. I had to pause it. I did do the challenge cone.
I like the sheet that you can just roll out.
The challenge cone was 3 ounces.
Whoa.
Oh, where is it? You got a picture of it somewhere on here.
I think Mendo Dope did a little over a QP in a backwood blunt.
Yeah.
They had like a freaking little humidor, like steamer thing on the table. They kept like kept keeping the backwoods like fresh with it because they would get all crumbly. But the thing was like probably yay fat and almost 2.5 feet. They had to like double hand it, like so it wouldn't dip. Yeah, thing's ridiculous.
Oh, come on, no, it's gotta be there. You go. That's my keyboard.
Yeah, look at it compared to your keyboard.
I had to hold it like that when I smoked it.
Exactly. That's probably it's close. I mean, 3 or 4 ounces. It's not that far off.
Doing it again though, and getting advice from people when I was over in Vancouver at the 420 party. That's where I smoked it. So it wasn't just me. I did share it with some people.
No way.
But to put something in between so you get more of a hollow straight down the center, because it becomes way too hard to fucking pull on that. You're like heaving on it to try to get it.
Well, that's like when you think about a cigar. They put a dowel through the middle and then pull it out.
That's exactly what I didn't do, and going forward, they said to do. Actually, it was actually Erickson, the guy from Canada, that gave me all this advice on how to do it. He's like the main rep that comes over from Amsterdam.
Not Chad.
No, the English guy with the white hair.
Yeah, I mean Chad.
Yeah.
I don't know the other dude. I've only seen and met Chet.
But yeah, no. So to know for next time to do it that way. Yeah, it did take me 2 days to get through it. I smoked it at the countdown to 420, which was John's event, and then I smoked it at the 420 event that we went to. So
Yeah,
it was like,
it's like I don't get starstruck a lot of the time, and I try not to when I meet people like that. Like I met some famous skaters and shit, and I try to play it cool when I'm younger. But that's super dope that you get to interact with John, dude. He's been putting some serious content out, and like knows he's pretty much hooked up with everyone. Like that came online.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He's been through a lot.
Yeah, he showed a lot of it. I mean, I used to watch his videos when we all got russet mites and thrips, Western flower thrips. I remember him trying to say that word for freaking forever. Yeah, laughing at himself, like he's like, I'm learning here, guys. Like I like how he would always say that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, no, it's awesome. And yeah, to be able to hang out with him, actually being able to meet with him every morning is just actually really, really cool.
Yeah. That's not just knowing him. That's like becoming a friend.
Also, yeah, I've gone over there and he's needed help because he's injured. I've helped move things around for him, and it's not just a one-way street. I've definitely gone over there.
Yeah. Well, and that's like what the young generation should be doing. Like all the way down, like we should all just be helping the next generation.
Totally.
Everybody wants to just freaking run through life. It's like
he's actually, and like I know with his hands and stuff like that, because he got so injured in his last car accident. Some of the new stuff that he's been working on, like I know he's been doing a lot of the AI stuff recently. But he's been working on one of his AI projects that you can actually take pictures of your plants, and it will give you a breakdown into the deficiencies and everything else, and what you can do to fix it. You can just buy a picture.
Yeah. Well, the Google has the same thing for taking a photo of a plant, and then it'll identify it by the leaf. But
his is designed specifically for cannabis.
Right. But I mean, the tech had to come from somewhere, Yeah. It's nice that it's evolved and people are like taking it into our industry and actually using it.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. Because it shouldn't be like 2% of growers is what I think that are like on that level, that top tier level. And with these technologies, we can make everybody like get a little higher up onto that tier and make that bracket higher.
It's just the availability of information to people, so they don't have to do like what I did, for example, and go to school and do the whole course and stuff like that. If you can have the basic information available to you easier, that's what
you have to be willing to put the work in, though.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Yeah.
And willing to like put your ego aside of how you want to handle the plant, and when someone teaches you the way to handle it all the way through and through, like it goes beyond, like that's what you have to be in that percent bracket, is do everything perfect all the way through, from handling to drying to trimming to storage to the grow. Like, I mean, it's a 6-month process.
Yeah.
From when you flip the flower and do it, and you can mess it up any little thing. And with new tech, like, it's becoming so much easier to not have a failure that you didn't know about because you're at someone else's spot or at a warehouse. And we didn't have Wi-Fi. Like, no, you're not putting that out there, because we knew that you could have your shit hacked by the government. That's how places were getting busted, because they had camera systems watching their grows. And IP addresses, like, no one knew that you could find a location through an IP address, through a Wi-Fi signal. At that time, we thought it, and it was conspiracy theory. But, I mean, it's so real now. We have VPNs.
Eerie.
But yeah, to be able to pull off that quality is...
When you're doing hydroperoxide, especially if you're doing it to fix like something in your root situation, I would just run it by itself and then let it dry back and then add nutrients afterwards. I wouldn't mix hydroperoxide in with nutrients.
Damn, I've like reached a point in my life where I'm saying like we need to not, and like back then.
Yeah. No, yeah. Back then, you definitely was not taking notes to try to get your grows better, writing everything down like I would, or taking, you wouldn't want that evidence.
Dude, it was conspiracy. You wrote notes. It was you were putting like federal sentences on your documentation. That's why That's why it's all in here. I remember a lot of my grows and things I did, and like attention to detail because we couldn't write anything down, and I was meticulous.
Right.
And because you had to know to like not be the super big guy, but not be the small guy. You had to like find that middle ground, push the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it, falls right into that. Oh, dude, we would go out of our way to do anything. You'd always have the buddy who didn't grow that lived in the next town over, and he would be your ride. He would be the search engine, if not the library. Or they had like online locations, like you know what I'm talking about, like places you could go, like in Europe and stuff when you're traveling. They still have them. It's just a room of computers that you can go rent a few minutes.
Yes.
We would like locate things like that. Like we would take the SIM card, the battery out of the phone, leave the phone at the house, and like meet at places, code words, talk about movie tickets. And
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I remember all that. Yeah.
Hanging up on people when they're like, "Hey man, can I get an ounce off?" You'd be like, "I don't know who you are. Why you're calling? You're a pranker."
Yeah.
Why you blowing my phone up, dude? Now I have to go get a new number.
Yeah. And yeah, that was what we was like that for sure.
I kind of miss it. But that's anything. You just get older and you start like reminiscing.
Somebody is asking about about having a VPN for a channel. No, I wouldn't worry about it so much anymore.
NORD, Nord.
There you go.
It's the top of the line.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that one there, Stone. I'm excited to finally be able to use all those bags of trim and all that sugar and lard that I can finally make into something.
Yeah, freeze dry hash now.
Yes, I don't have to do the pizza block tech, and I just hated doing the pizza block tech, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Everything would chase off.
When you do something repetitive, it just you need something that can handle cycles, and you're not like working something till it breaks and it's trash, like because the cardboard can only take so much moisture. And so you're always like an influx of materials.
And it always kind of, whenever it ends up getting to the rosin stage, it has an off. It'll taste like a cardboard off taste or whatever it is.
Exactly. Dude, it's all like there's just a big mold pile of slush water. It's how they make paper.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just so unclean to be drying in paper or using any paper product. I only use paper bags after the bud is like dry, and if I miss it by a day or two, and I get it too wet in the buck, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna put this in the paper bag. I usually don't pick up a paper bag smell.
Yeah, it's.
But when you get wet material, like on a humid day, your boxes start to smell extra if you go around them.
Yeah. And then it's just finding a proper place for them that's going to keep the right conditions and.
What? I'm gonna eat.
Oh. If anybody has any grows, they're more than welcome to come up and show them too. If you have questions about your gardens, feel free to ask them. Not bad, Equalizer. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's really is because it's the exact time that I think he cooks meals for the whole family. This is dinner time, isn't it? You're scheduled just like I am. You have a certain time for everything.
It just happens.
It's just, it's every single time we're alive. He will be cooking.
Dude, I work a 9-hour day. I eat a chicken sausage and some like yogurt and some sunflower butter, peanut butter, whatever you call it, in the morning. And I like have some kelp chips at noon, and I stop for 5 minutes. And so I come home and I make a huge meal after I get settled in.
Yeah. I know, I hear you. I know what you do. That's why I never say anything. Because I know you. And then if somebody has a organic question, a lot of times I'll be like, "This is a question for kind of like someone like Wes." So at least you can hear your name, so you know it's.
Sometimes I gotta handle the kid.
Yeah.
So I won't.
No, I hear you. And I'm just happy. And it's awesome that you still come around when you have all the other duties on.
Well, I'm getting excited about the garden again.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I was kind of bitter for a little bit. With just the way the whole like culture and market and like, I don't know, becoming the old guy, I guess.
Was it because the very last garden you had was the one that somebody gave you bad clones, right?
Well, it had been a decline for a while, and it was just kind of like, I think the universe just slowly like pulling back the reins so I could get off of like being a plant steward all day, every day, and like getting ready to have a kid and then transfer that time to that and then a new career. And then as the like market died and the new people came in and the culture kind of left the black market culture. It all like I got the russets, then I had like periodic viruses that would take certain genetics down, and I had some yellow dots fungus that would grow in my soil from some compost I got, and that followed me for 5 years, which led to fusarium and hop latent thyroid from the virus that came in with the russets.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you knew exactly how to deal with it right away. You ended up talking to the people that I knew about through my schooling with Bruce Bugby. That's the only reason why I knew about Kasami, and you went to them first.
Well, so when you're trying to like hold on to your livelihood, you will do everything.
Absolutely.
And I was always like ahead of the curve on things. Like I would always have these crazy ass experiences, and then 2 years later, people would start like having the same things happen, and then the research would start coming out, and I'd be like, oh, all right. So that's exactly like what's happened my whole damn life with everything.
Yeah.
It's always like big moments, and then people start learning, and I'm like, oh, dude, I already handled that. So I knew what I was seeing. I was seeing a problem because I used to have really healthy plants and healthy gardens. Have flower that you could smell from 4 blocks away.
Nice.
And that just slowly like stopped happening. And I started seeing different structure of the plants and yields go down.
A lateral growth?
Terps go down, yeah, and spindly, snappy branches and interveinal chlorosis of the yellowing of the veins and the fan leaves. Or I didn't have nutrient deficiencies before. In any of the soil, I always brought my soil with me, and we top dressed, and everything was phenomenal. And even in brand new soil, the same structure of plants, and anytime a little stress would come, they would like get in this funk and pretty much start showing like a hooked leaf with some variegation.
Yeah.
Some like camouflage spotting, or a whole half of a vein will be yellow and then the other one will be green. But it'll have a little hook in it. And so that is virus. That is tomato mosaic, tobacco mosaic, some kind of fusarium.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we're learning, they like to attach to each other.
Yes.
And so I started seeing these yellow dots poofing up out of my soil, and I was finding mold in my flowers. And with the mini split and then pushing the plants too hard, I would have healthy plants and veg. But they were healthy to where I was like, are they? Because they just don't seem like. I remember I couldn't even like walk in the aisles. And now I'm like, dude, it's real thin in here. So I kept calling people and then sending leaf samples out to entomologists, which is just a fancy word for like the bug lady. And she would look at my shit and say, bro, you have russet mites. And I'm like, oh, I thought I had russet mites. Like I'm seeing all this crazy speckling on the leaves and smaller teeny little fan leaves. And she was like, yeah, you have quadrillions of them crawling on this leaf. And no one knew at that time that they were passing the virus. And so hop latent, it was in there. And I started just one garden after another. I would bring clones, but throw out my soil, and then things would pick back up. I mean, I had the russets. They followed me for 4 years. From 2 moves, breaking down rooms, throwing it all out, re-plastic, all new, bringing the equipment in. There they are again. New seeds. I'd start getting a hooked leaf on a new seedling. Being like, what is going on? I had no cleaning protocols at all. So hop latent was obviously still in the roots and the soil and the pots that I was just putting new soil in. Maybe I was washing them in the soapy bath water. But I got Lyme disease at the same time, so I was like losing my ability to even function at the capability of like keeping a job alive, and so it was just a crash. And then it was completely obvious, like, dude, I got hop laying. Like, this is pretty obvious. You know, all the doctors and PhDs started dropping their presentations with infected clone, non-infected clone. Look at it grow, look at the deficiencies, and then everyone's telling their story on like, this is what we're seeing. And I was like, dude, I've been seeing that for 5 years, 6 years now. And some plants would do good, some of the biology would just keep things at bay. But when you flip a plant into flower, hormone stress and cell growth is where the virus expands the most. And so I would always like think that I just turn my lights up too high and I burn them and they'll grow out of it. And then the chlorosis would happen. And then a whole bunch of deficiencies. They would be crispy, crunchy yellow on the edges of the fan leaves going into
because she's in go mode. She knows that once that light goes to 12-12, she needs to reproduce to keep her genetics going, right? So I'm not giving her the pollen, so she's getting stressed and she keeps going. So yeah, you're gonna get the plant gonna be growing at an excessive rate to try to get what it needs and not give it that what it pours, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's like midwives who say the female plant goes through the same like physical and hormonal stress that a woman does when she's going into the first stages of birth, where they're sick all the time and shit's all weird and they're dizzy and they're falling over. And it gets much easier as you get into the middle of birth or flower. Things kind of keel out. And then you're riding it. And so these herbalists will take the same herbs that they give their female patients to the female plant. And so dragonfly earth medicine is what I'm referring to.
Yeah. You probably watched their stuff.
Yeah, I met them in a grow shop in Oregon in 2015.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, they were giving a presentation on what male plants look like because it just went wreck that year, and they wanted everyone in the community to like not be pollinating their neighbor.
Yeah, right. It's awesome they were putting on that education, because that's the worst is when you have someone really like, look at my plant, it's doing awesome. It's like, you're a fucking douchebag. That's what you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's good to be educated and not, because that will travel for fucking 5 kilometers, I believe, the pollen on the wind.
Yeah, man, that was a good time. They were talking about compost tea. They were talking about getting microbes from the forest. Grinding up wild harvested plants, microbes on the leaves as your inoculum.
Yeah,
I mean they're the do-it-yourself crew.
Yeah, no, they've been on Half Church a fair bit.
Yeah, but if you're not into kind of preachy philosophy, they're clear. But
I know, I hear you. They have a lot. I know they have a lot to offer, though. So I give respect for that. Absolutely.
I mean, I tolerate a lot of information just so I can have a lot of like things to get my opinions from and learn from.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run. I just wanted to say I need to run one thing. There was a draw that I was doing for a Spire Farmer Light. There was only 2 people that did it correctly. So I'm not gonna put names up. We're not gonna put names on it. But I'm just gonna run it on here as just proof that we're doing it. I know one person's in the chat right now, so. And then I'll get in touch with you guys because right now, me and Spider Farmer, I've been out of contract with them for about a month and a half, so we're gonna have to. I'm gonna figure out something. Oh,
You'll be back.
What's up?
You'll be back.
Yeah, I know I'm doing it right here. It's just we're just running a little duck, and it's just so because one of the people is in chat. I just want to run it.
Authenticity.
Exactly. Because I said because I have a post saying I was going to run it, even though it doesn't want to run. I don't even want to run now. All right. Well, I got to figure this out.
Maybe it'll run.
Yeah, right. You're fine. There we go. Let's get rid of that. So, yeah, exactly. The last guys I had to totally refresh it and didn't want to work out. I know there's 2 people that were involved in this.
Damn. Was it rigged?
No, it's not rigged. That's why I had to do it this way, live, so everybody
Number
can
one
see it.
just won.
So,
Damn, number one just took it.
I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Okay, good. All right, I'll get in touch with the winner. But yeah, no, it was. I had to run something live, for a draw that was based off of people that used my code up until when Spider Farmer decided to expire my code. They expired it in November, so it doesn't work anymore. I was just like,
What is this, a prank? April Fools.
But yes, again, I had to run it because I posted that it was going to be done on December 3rd back a long time ago. I'll show people are talking what I'm talking about, so I don't sound like I'm talking in cryptic. I'm just like I sound like an idiot right now. Actually,
I mean, it's what most of the kids look like with their texting.
Okay.
It's freaking all signs and shit, dude. What are we? We're going back to Egyptian times?
This is how far back did I post it?
I can see a few. Like, this is acceptable in the chat. Well, please stop with the hands praising people.
Yeah.
Praise your animals and your own children.
Oh, Bubba, you tried to use it. Yeah, I'm not really happy with them right now, so I hope that they get in touch with me pretty soon. I've tried many different ways in order to get in touch with them. Because I know there'd be people that were trying to use it, especially over the Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Damn.
It was a source, and it was so.
Damn.
We'll see what they have to say. I'm still waiting for her to get back to me. I've already contacted the Canada, and then I contacted the official one, and they both said that she's busy. She'll get back to me.
Hey, you might have to take a drive.
But I'm like my code.
Pebbles at the window.
I hope they get back to me soon though, because I've done a lot with them. Everything around my channel is kind of based on it, right? But everybody, that was fun live. We got up to that 2-hour mark for that little bit of lateness that we had there, and hopefully Canada Post will be running pretty soon, so I can start doing a giveaway again for all you guys. Because I'm not going to do those until hopefully in December we can run one. Until then, everybody, you have a great night. Thank you, Wes.